Is your asphalt burning? Speed demons, hearts churning. Adrenaline rushes, veins fire. Peacemaker gaming, taking us higher. Racetrack, wild chaos reigns. Victory close in driving lanes. Handlebars tight, knuckles white. Peacemaker leads through the night. Fastest ride, they never miss. Peacemaker pushing to the abyss. Top podcaster, nothing's fake. Speed kings, no one can overtake. Ooh. Audience roar, screens ignite. Peacemaker stream, pure delight. Commentary sharp like a blade. Bringing the thrill, never fades. Wind in your face, heart races fast. Electric surge, adrenaline blast. Peacemaker holds the stream tight. Guiding all through the digital night. Fastest ride, they never miss. Peacemaker pushing to the abyss. Top podcaster, nothing's fake. Speed kings, no one can overtake. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in. Oh, baby, we're going to get right into the action here. Qualifying about to come right at you from Eldora Speedway as we get ready for the inaugural Bulletproof Mini Stock Association race here this evening. These mini stocks unloaded, ready to rock and roll, and we got a big field of drivers ready to go to battle here this evening. Some of the best in the business to ever do it, to ever be on the simulator. Right now we got a lot of drivers out there getting some laps in, making sure their cars are ready to rock and roll, as it looks like 38 rides have signed in and are ready to rock and roll here this evening. The beautiful Eldora Speedway. Man, this is going to be a great show. This is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to get them ready to jump out onto the racetrack. We will see these drivers hop out here for a little bit of qualifying action. They're going to get a couple laps to lay down their quickest lap times to set the stage for our heat races here this evening. As heat races will come right up after this, and then we'll jump right into our consolation races and in to our A main feature event. Man, this is going to be a blast. This is going to be a heck of a show as these drivers are ready to go here this evening. As we do see the 54 ride, that is Jonathan Byram out there on the racetrack. Byram looking to have himself a great day here at the Speedway. Good to see the the JP Designs ride out there on the Speedway. We do see Zach Clark out there as well, supporting the Pepsi DuPont 24 machine here this evening. Normally we see Zach in those street stocks and in the 727 ride. Doesn't have that customized paint scheme as of yet, but rocking a very beautiful Jeff Gordon throwback ride. We do see the Bulletproof Motorsports JP Designs number 6 ride of Matthew Peacock. He's out there on the Speedway. The Ford looking fresh out there on the racetrack. We do see Josh Peacock himself out there, as well as Kevin Sandhagen. As Sandhagen looking to have himself a big run in the Papa Mike Promotions HNL number 2 ride out there on the Speedway. Eric Eichstead out there as well in that 12 machine. Brent Carter out there supporting a beautiful looking Scott Bloomquist paint scheme out there on the racetrack. Very beautiful looking ride out there on the... Man, that thing is looking fresh. I love it. Love to see it. Love to see that Bloomquist throwback here in this one. Absolutely love it, as we do see Zach Clark jump up to the top of the speed charts here with the quickest lap time here in qualifying, but he's going to quickly be knocked off the top here by the Dale Earnhardt Jr. number 8 machine, the Budweiser ride. Thomas Suttles, hopefully I'm saying that right, Suttles going to jump into the top spot here in this one. Dale Slides in the Schaefer's Racing Oil 7S gonna jump up into 4th as Joshua Ely gonna jump up into position number 2. Is now Kyle Surratt gonna take the top spot. Kyle Surratt in the Bulletproof Motorsports JP Designs number 18 gonna jump into that pole position here on the Speedway. We see Joseph Pratt rolling out there on the racetrack as well. His 71 ride getting ready to rock and roll. The Tommy Gun Custom Machine looking beautiful as always. As now we do see Cody Myers out there as well. Cody Myers in the E&D Farms Papa Mike Promotions number 55 ride. He jumps up into position number 3. A great run right there so far for him. We do see Jamie Massey out there as well. So Massey in that M6 ride. Beautiful looking paint scheme here for Massey this evening. He's ready to rock and roll. Currently 6th quickest out there on the racetrack. Jonathan Cooper in the 15 ride. He's going to slide out there onto the Speedway. Kenneth Vest out there as well. James Frazier on the racetrack is qualifying slowly but surely, coming to a close. A lot of drivers, a lot of tough competition, and we're in for an absolute amazing treat here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be one absolutely amazing race from start to finish. As Austin Sosby coming in, showing the love. What's good, Austin? Austin says, what's up, man? What's up, Austin? How are you, dude? How are you, Austin? Coming in, showing the love here in this one. Mama Bear! Susie Dickinson with the heart reaction. How are you, Mama Bear, coming in, showing the love. Bobby Hall Jr. with the like on the stream. Johnny Nolan, my boy Johnny, coming in, dropping that thumbs up on the broadcast as well. Kevin Preston, what's good, Kevin? Kevin coming in with that like here on the stream, as well as we're going to get ready to set the stage. Heat race number 1 going to come at you here in just a few more moments as qualifying slowly but surely coming to a close here in this one, as Austin says, about to see if Jonathan Cooper can hang with the showstopper Jamie Massey. Yeah, it's going to be a tough one, man. Massey, he's pretty fast in these mini stocks. He's going to be a tough cookie to beat once again here this evening, but there's a lot of great talent out here. I think it's anybody's race, honestly. I think it's anybody's game, and with the invert for our feature event as well, it's really going to mix things up, really going to make things interesting here all night long. Jonathan Cooper coming in with that share on the broadcast as well. I appreciate that, Jonathan, coming in, smashing that share button here on the broadcast. As ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button, hit that share button for me, hit that follow and subscribe, as we're going to get ready set these drivers loose. Qualifying, only about 15 seconds left here. Then we'll get ready for our first main feature event of the evening, as they all with the Monster Mini Stock Association. So they my people, they your people. I love it. I love it. Absolutely, they your people. As yeah, the Monster Mini Stock Association. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Lots of great drivers, lots of great competition there in that one, and it's going to be awesome to see a lot of those guys take their skills from the real-life racetrack and put them here into the simulator. I mean, we've watched Jamie Massey for years and years and years, you know, use that to his advantage and all that in real-life racing skills. Put the work here. Now the mini stocks are around. It's kind of transferred right on over. He hasn't skipped a beat, so it's going to be interesting to see if any of the other Monster Mini Stock Association guys can do the same thing. Mama Bear says, hello, my boy Aaron. Hello, Mama Bear. How are you tonight, my girl? How are you? Hopefully you're having yourself a wonderful Wednesday. Hopefully you're ready to watch some great racing. As James Beavers, James coming in with that like on the stream. Austin coming in with that share as well. Ryan Carnegie with the thumbs up here on the broadcast. Albert Anderson coming in with that like. Cody Olson coming in, dropping the thumbs up here as well, as we get ready to rock and roll here with heat race number 1, quickest in qualifying. The Bulletproof Motorsports JP Designs number 18. It's Kyle Surratt who will bring us to the green flag. To his outside in the 24 ride, that is Zachary Clark. And down on the inside, a row number 2. In the 2 ride, that is the Papa Mike Promotions machine of Kevin Sandhagen. To his outside in the 11, that is Cody Campbell. Starting in position number 5 here on the Speedways, the 54 of Jonathan Byram. To his outside is the 12 machine of Eric Eichstad. Starting in position number 7 in the 5 ride is the Bulletproof Motorsports JP Designs machine of Will Klein. And to his outside in the TNT Racing number 88, it's Cody Ernest. As we are quickly green flag racing here in the first heat race ever with the Bulletproof Mini Stock Association as quickly door to door down the back straightaway. The 18 of Kyle Surratt and Zachary Clark battling here for the top spot, but lap number 1 going to be led by the 18 of Kyle Surratt. Contact back there behind him, the 54 of Jonathan Byram goes sideways out of corner number 4, noses it up into another driver here on the outside. We'll take a look here. Rolling the inside lane, slides up the racetrack ever so slightly. Then they're 3 wide coming off of corner number 4. Unfortunately, Cody Ernest stuck right there in the middle, and a little bit of a sandwich there, and around goes the 54 ride, bounces off the number 12 of Eric Eichstead, and unfortunately for Jonathan Byram, he is going to pay the price in that one as he is now at the back of the pack. As out in front, Kyle Surratt continues to lead the way. We'll double check it. Top 3 are going to transfer through to our A main feature event. Everybody else is going to go to our consolation races. So you want to make sure you're part of that exclusive group to lock yourself in through a heat race here this evening. You do not want to put yourself in a position where you gotta go to one of these consolation races and try to work yourself into the show and have that opportunity to possibly go home. You want to make sure you can try to lock yourself in right now, and that's exactly what Kyle Surratt's doing. He's trying to keep all these drivers at base. He's got about 4/10 of a second now between himself and Zachary Clark. Is Clark rolling there in position number 2, trying to track him down, sitting comfortably here though in a transfer spot. Is right there behind him, about 5/10 back himself, is that 2 ride of Kevin Sandhagen. Sandhagen in that hot seat. He knows he's the last driver in, and he's got that 11 ride of Cody Campbell right there on his back bumper. Campbell trying to stick right there with him, maybe trying to open up a door here, see if he can get a run and see if he can figure out a way to take this 3rd and final transfer spot away from Sandhagen out there on the speedway. Is down across the line. We see that white flag fly. So one more time here for Kyle Surratt around the beautiful Eldora Speedway here this evening in these mini stocks. Is down the back straightaway into quarter number 3. Zach Clark going to sit perfectly there in position number 2 as Kyle Surratt will pick up heat race win number 1 of the Bulletproof Mini Stock Association inaugural event here this evening. Zach Clark there in second and Kevin Sandhagen in that 3rd and final transfer spot, meaning Campbell, Eichstead, Klein, Ernest, and Byram will all go to our consolation races. As we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go. Heat race number 2 about to roll out onto the speedway is my boy Cody Myers. Mr. Myers coming in, showing the love with the share on the broadcast. Damian Sharp with that like on the stream. Casey Duran coming in with that heart reaction. Nate Brunner coming in as well. How are you, Nate? Nate coming in, showing the big love here in this one as well. Dropping that thumbs up on the broadcast. And my boy Craig Michael Deacon coming in, showing the love here in this one. As Austin says, I'm going to get home and see if I can't get my iRacing set up and may join y'all. Let's go, baby. Do it. Do it. Get in there. Get in there. I don't think you can join the session at this point in time, but definitely get onto the iRacing sim and get some work in as man, these drivers, they've been prepped and ready for quite a little while, and right now we'll get ready for heat race number 2. It's Kyle Moyer, Jamie Massey on the front row, Marcus Brown, Tyler Carnegie, Douglas Stewart, Matthew Peacock, Wes Wingend, and Anthony Webb bringing up the rear of the field as we are quickly back to green flag racing. Heat race number 2 underway as Kyle Moyer and Jamie Massey door to door down into quarter number 3. Massey using that outside lane to his advantage, and he will take this race lead away from the 11 of Kyle Moyer. So lap number 1 here in heat race number 2 is going to go to the showstopper. Jamie Massey is Massey out in front of the field here in our 2nd heat race of the day. Kyle Moyer back there in 2nd, and it's Tyler Carnegie up and into position number 3 here as he's worked himself around that 725 of Marcus Brown. Brown working that inside though, trying to get back around that 161 of Tyler Carnegie, but it's opening up the door now for the 3 machine. The HNL ride of Douglas Stewart back there in position number 5 as here comes Anthony Webb, a very beautiful 22 ride out there on the speedway. He's got that gold chrome working for him here this evening, and already up a spot, up into that 6th position, trying to work a little closer towards the front of the field into that transfer spot on the speedway. Matthew Peacock back there in the 7th spot of West Wingend back back there in position number 8 in the 8 ride on the Speedway. As Massey out in front, about half a car length between himself and Kyle Moyer. Moyer sticking right there with him, not letting him run away with this one, as the Simu Cube number 11 ride right there in position number 2, keeping Jamie Massey honest out here on the Speedway as he's trying to get that Mustang rolling around the outside of the racetrack, trying to find that extra little bit of a gear to maybe give himself that extra little bit of breathing room, but Moyer sticking right there with them, and they're starting to run away from our third place driver, Tyler Carnegie. Carnegie in that very beautiful 161 ride back here in that third and final transfer spot. Has a little bit of a gap starting to brew here between himself and that 725 of Marcus Brown, as Brown seeing that transfer spot slowly but surely slip away from him here as that 725 ride knows that he's on the outside of a transfer spot, looking and gets up into the outside fence. Contact here between him and Douglas Stewart. They come together down the back straightaway. Here comes Anthony Webb. Webb looking to move up a couple extra spots, is out at corner number 4. It's Jamie Massey who's gonna pick up heat race win number 2 here on the evening. Kyle Moyer back there in that second spot, and Tyler Carnegie going to hang on for that third and final transfer position here into our A main feature event, meaning everybody else outside the top 3 will all go to our consolation race as we will get ready here for heat race number 3. Heat race number 3 going to load up into the sim, and it's going to look like this. Starting on the pole in the Budweiser number 8 ride, that is Thomas Suttles. Hopefully I'm saying it right. Suttles there in position number 1. To his outside in the 15, that is Jonathan Cooper. Starting in position number 3 in the 1 ride, that is Kenneth Vest. To his outside in the 03, that is Curtis Bishop. Starting in position number 5 on the Speedway in the number 18, that is Mark Chanels. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Chanels. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Chanels. Probably getting it completely wrong. Mark Chanel's there in that THC number 18 ride. Tim Taylor there to his outside of the Dirt Vision 99 ride. Then we see Charles Minders and Kevin Hazelwood bringing up the rear of the field as heat race number 3 going underway, and already up and into the outside fence, the 8 ride of Thomas Suttles. Caution flag number 1 here on the evening. As our top 2 drivers, Thomas Suttles and Jonathan Cooper, are going to come together, and that will bring out our first caution flag of the day. Is right out of the get-go here. These 2 are going to get tied together. The 8 with a good restart, a good launch. They go 3 wide, though, into corner number 1, and, oh, man, just unfortunate. It looks like the 8 ride. I'm not sure if he just washed up the racetrack, maybe a little net code right there, goes up and over the nose of the Blackjack Racing number 15 ride. Heavy damage there for both contenders as the 15 noses it up into the outside fence there himself, and quite a bit of damage for all 3 of these guys that get collected in that, as Kevin Hazelwood also getting a piece of this one. Some pretty big hits down into quarter number 1 on our opening lap of heat race number 3 on the evening, and just looks like they're just battling for the same spot on the Speedway. Maybe a little extra net code, but nonetheless, the 8 ride going to go up and over here and hard up into the fence. Same with that 15 ride, hard into the fence there himself, and then you're going to see this 30 ride slide in here and right into the driver's side door of that 31 ride. A pretty big hit right there for Thomas Suttles, as we'll get him stacked up, racked up, get ready to go back to Green Flag Racing as Thomas Dennis, my boy Thomas, coming in, showing the love with the like on the stream. Cody Benschneider coming in as well. How are you, Mr. Benschneider, coming in, dropping that like on the broadcast as well. Craig Michael Deacon says, let's go, showstopper. Mama Bear cheering on Jamie Massey there as well. As these drivers, they didn't come here to play around. They didn't come here to mess around. They mean business out there on the Speedway. We're going to get them ready to rock and roll here once again as Kevin Hazelwood still down pit road here. Haven't seen that 30 ride come back out as of yet, so I'm not sure if we're going to go back to battle here with the 30 ride still down pit side. A tough break there for Kevin, as some fortunate bystander there in that caution flag, as we do see the yellow flag, or the white flag come back out here. Green flag come back out. Words are tough, chat. Green flag back out into the air, and it's Kenneth Vest again with another great restart there from that third spot as he quickly jumps up and takes this race lead away. So Vest now at the front of the field as the 8 rider Thomas Suttles works down to his inside. Here comes the 0-3 Curtis Bishop, poking his nose right into this battle as their door slamming down through 1 and out at 2. They're sticking right there together, nose to tail and door to door out there on the speedway as Kenneth Vest try to hang on to this race lead as they're almost 3 wide back there behind them. 3 wide for position number 2. Our pole sitter Thomas Suttles stuck right in the middle. He's in a bit of a sandwich here as the 0-3 of Curtis Bishop putting on a show here, working himself now up into that second spot, slides up the racetrack ever so slightly. The crossover out of the 8 riders, they're still 3 wide here across the line for position number 2 on the speedway. Some more contact though, and our race leader Kenneth Vest almost gets collected in it there, but luckily enough just able to avoid it as the 8 ride. Our pole sitter Thomas Suttles sliding back here as here comes that THC number 18 in contact. The 8 ride tries to hop up to the outside lane. More contact here as now goes over the nose of Tim Taylor as Tim the Toolman Taylor rolling back here in position number 6, trying to work himself now around this 8 ride as Kenneth Vest out in front, loves to see the battle, and back there behind him is Curtis Bishop now up and into position number 2 here on the speedway. There is Jonathan Cooper trying to hang on to third as Mark Chanel's, hopefully I'm saying it right, Chanel's maybe, in that number 18 ride, the THC Mustang out there on the speedway, rolling there in that 4th position, trying to jump up here into a transfer spot, but he's running out of time as the white flag has been displayed. So out in front, Kenneth Vest is going to lead us down into quarter number 3. Nice and easy out of quarter number 4, and Mr. Smooth is going to pick up heat race win number 3 here on the evening. Curtis Bishop up a couple spots there in second, and Jonathan Cooper in that 3rd and final transfer spot here in heat race number 3. As we will get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go. Heat race number 4, gonna hop out onto the speedway. 4th heat race getting ready to go to battle here this evening is down pit road. We'll see them get stacked up, racked up, and ready to go. Starting on the pole in the E&D Farms HNL number 55, that is Cody Myers. To his outside in the Schaefer's Racing Oil 7S, that is Dale Slides. Starting in position number 3 in the 661, that is James Frazier, into his outside in the number 61. That is the Bulletproof Motorsports JP Designs ride of Josh Peacock. Starting in position number 5 in the 37, that is Brandon Bolin. Into his outside in the 28, that is Daniel Eichstead. Bring up the rear of the field in the 7th position, that is Dustin O'Neill in the 4 ride. So 7 more drivers getting ready to rock and roll here for heat race number 4. And Cody Myers out in front. We'll see that green flag fly. He gets a great start, quickly jumps up to the outside lane, but here comes Dale Slides. Slides working down to the inside, a little contact there as James Frazier trying to work himself into that 2nd spot. Made some contact with the 7S. He's going to pay the price for that one as he now slides all the way back into the 5th position. Cody Myers, though, is going to stay out in front as he gets up and takes that outside fence, as now you see Josh Peacock and Dale Slides battling door to door for position number 2. Contact! Oh, somehow both drivers able to keep themselves pointed in the right direction. Here comes Brandon Bolin, though. Bolin now working his way up into position number 4, and he's looking to work himself inside of a transfer spot as he's looking to go 3 wide here for position number 2, but a great run down the back straightaway will move Josh Peacock solely here into that 2nd spot as the 7S and Dale Slides trying to keep himself from sliding any farther backwards here as Brandon Bolin going to work down low here, going to go for the slide job down through 1 and 2, and don't look now because here comes the 661 right there of James Frazier as Frazier looking to jump up back into the mix here for that 3rd and final transfer spot. He's going to get a little contact there with that 37 as Bolin coming off the outside wall there in quarter number 4. Both drivers battling hard here, but now here comes Dustin O'Neill. O'Neill's going to poke his nose right into the fun here in the middle of the pack, try to work himself up in towards the front of the field. As Cody Myers, though, Continuing to lead the way, the Papa Mike Promotions, E&D Farms, number 55 right at the front of the field has been picture perfect so far here in this one. As Josh Peacock rolling there in second. Dale Slides there in position number 3. As these drivers continue to put on one heck of a show for us. This is my boy Aaron Benschneider. Aaron coming in, setting it off with the 340 star dono. Are you kidding me, Aaron? Let's freaking go, baby. Coming in, setting it off here in this one. I appreciate you, brother, coming in with the 340 star dono. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you haven't already, let's see you guys hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow button here on the stream, and make sure you get a bunch of let's get a bunch of hashtag Aaron's up in the chat right now for Aaron Benschneider coming in with the massive 340 star dono as the white flag has been displayed down across the line. Our 4th checkered flag of the evening. Heat race number 4 going to go to Cody Myers as Josh Peacock hangs on the 2nd, and Dale Slides in the Schaefer's Racing Oil 7S will be in that 3rd and final transfer position. Meaning Frazier, Bolin, Neal, and Eichstad will all go to our consolation races. So that's what we're going to get ready for here after our 5th heat race. I didn't even realize we had 5 heat races, but ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I told you here at the start of this race, we had a stacked field. We had a lot of drivers, a lot of tough competition, and we got another heat race left here in this one. I do believe this is the final. Yes, this is the final heat race of the evening, and I do believe we are going to have, I'm not sure how many consolation races, but maybe 2, 3, 4, who knows, as we'll get them ready to rock and roll. Heat race number 5 going to roll out onto the racetrack, and it's shaping up like this. On that pole position in the beautiful 09 ride, that is Joshua Ely. So Josh Ely there in that top spot to his outside of the Tommy Gun Customs 71. That is Joseph Pratt. Starting in position number 3 in the 91, that is the Bulletproof Motorsports JP Designs ride at Tyson Pankow. To his outside is the 15 of Nathan Brunner. Starting in position number 5 is Brent Carter. And then we see the 01 Stephen Campbell and Carter Long bringing up the rear of the field as we are quickly green flag racing here in this one, and almost 3 wide at the front of the field. Ely up on the high side groove here, trying to work through that bit of traffic and trying to clear himself, but here comes that 71 ride. Joseph Pratt working to the inside here. Pratt looking to go for the slide jump here in 1 and 2. So Joseph Pratt will jump out in front, but the beautiful crossover out of Josh Ely. Ely will work back down low here, trying to figure out a way to get back around the Blackbird Racing 71 ride of Joseph Pratt. So Ely will stay out in front here. He will keep himself at the front of the field with the 71, looking to mount another challenge, a big run on the outside through 1 and 2, and he's going to take that momentum down the back straightaway, door to door, down into corner number 3. And right there behind him, Tyson Pankow getting a great shot at this one as he's watching these two duke it out right here in front of him. He's not sure which lane to go to. He doesn't know who to try to follow on through. He may have to try to take these guys 3 wide and see if he can make this a 3-car battle for this race lead here. As he's thinking about it, he's looking to get a big run. He's working to the back bumper of that 09 right of Josh Ely as Ely continue to lead the way here in that number 09 machine. But slowly but surely as they continue to battle, here comes that number 18, the Scott Bloomquist Inspired Paint Scheme here. That 18 ride of Brent Carter right there in position number 4 and looking for more here as he's rolled up now into that 4th position. He's right there on the outside of a transfer spot looking in. Stephen Campbell, Nathan Brunner, Carter along our top 7 here on the Speedway. Oh, man, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you guys came here for a show. Well, here you go. We're just in heat race action and there's contact. The 71 of Joseph Pratt will jump up and take this race lead away. And now you see Ely sliding back into the hands of Tyson Pankow. Pankow will slide around that 09 right as well. Pankow moves up to 2nd. Move Joshua Ely now into the hot seat as he's in that 3rd and final spot on the Speedway, looking to punch his ticket into the A-Main feature event. But so isn't Brent Carter. Carter working down low, looking to try to see if he can take this 3rd and final transfer spot away from that 09 ride as Joseph Pratt nice and easy through corner number 3 and out of corner number 4. The Tommy Gun Custom 71 ride will pick up heat race win number 5. Tyson Pankow there in second, and Josh Ely going to hang on to that third and final transfer position here this evening, meaning Carter, Campbell, and everybody else there will go to our consolation races, and we're going to get ready for our consies right now. So it looks like we got the C main and B main. 12 laps, top 4 will transfer from each. So top 4 drivers will move on here into the C main consolation race, and then we'll go into our B main in the exact same thing. Top 4 will transfer through. Everybody else will unfortunately be loading up their rides and joining the fans in the stands here this evening. We talked about it early on. You do not want to be in this situation. You do not want to be in one of these consies knowing that you could potentially risk making this show or not, or potentially not be racing in this A main feature event. When you have 40 drivers show up to the racetrack, we can't start all 40 cars, so unfortunately there is a couple handfuls that are going to be going home early in this one. As Mama Bear cheered on Cody Myers out there on the racetrack and cheered on Josh Ely as well. As Ben Bebo, my dad Ben, coming in showing the love with the heart reaction. Dave Morgan coming in with that like on the stream as well, as we get ready to rock and roll here this evening for our consolation race, our first consolation race of the evening. Starting on the pole in the 11 ride, that is Cody Campbell. To his outside, we do see that number 18 of Mark Chanels. Starting in position number 3 on the Speedway, that is the Scott Bloomquist, number 18 of Brent Carter. To his outside in the number 22 ride, that is Anthony Webb. Then we see Brandon Bolin in that 37. Will Klein in the JP Designs at number 5 right there in 6 with Charles Minders, Matthew Peacock, Nathan Brunner, Daniel Eichstead, and Jonathan Byram bringing up the rear of the field. As yes, Brandon Van Houten, this is a league. 100% it is a league, brother. Is out in front, Cody Campbell leads up down into quarter number 3, nice and easy. Out of quarter number 4, he will lead lap number 1 in our consolation race, our first consolation race here on the evening as the C main is underway. Campbell, Brent Carter, Mark Chanels, and Brandon Bolin are top 4 here on the Speedway, and that's exactly where you want to be. You want to be inside the top 4, as right now Bolin is in that hot seat. He is that last driver here in this consolation race to punch his ticket into the A main feature event if he can hang on to this 4th spot, as Charles Minders right there behind him trying to track him down. Anthony Webb already sliding back a couple spots in the beautiful gold chrome number 22 ride, as he slid back to that 6th position. He's going to try to track down our top 4 here and put himself into the show if he has anything to say about it. Will Klein back there in 5th, and here comes Matthew Peacock, Daniel Eichstead, Nathan Brunner all right there battling together, and around goes Brunner. Brunner's going to go around there, a little contact with him in the 28 ride. He goes for a loop-de-loop, but he keeps that car rolling. No caution flag on the Speedway. We will keep it clean and green. That's exactly what Cody Campbell wants to see, as Campbell continues to lead the way. The Sweet Victory Apparel number 11 ride at the front of the field, showing these drivers how to get it done here in this C main, as Brent Carter right there behind him. But there is the caution. The caution flag is going to hop out here in this one, so we will see that yellow flag fly, as it looks like after the contact with the 15, the 28 going to end up a little bit more contact here possibly as well, battling with the 6th ride here. Matthew Peacock unfortunately just comes up and over the nose of this 6th ride, so already a little bit of contact early in this race for that 28 of Daniel Eichstead, and looks more or less like netcode right here. Unfortunately, both these drivers just battling in that same area, and a little contact. He gets nosed up into the outside fence. He's going to go around, and that's what will bring out our caution flag. But just before that, we saw Nate Brunner and that 28 also make some contact here. So the 15 working the inside lane, the 28 trying to jump up to the outside, and it looks like they're both trying to shoot the middle. So you see the 15 right. He's been working the inside lane a little bit more. I think the 28 was expecting that, tried to shoot the middle right there, as the 15 was either trying to size up that middle groove or maybe go to the high side. Unfortunately, they just run into the exact same situation. Both drivers battling for the same position on the Speedway. Unfortunately, both of them were already there. And that's when we see the 15 ride go around. So a tough break right there for Brunner. Tough break for the 28 ride, as Daniel Eichstedt will start here at the rear of the field in that 28 ride. As we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go here. And this is definitely not the caution flag that our top four wanted to see, as they have a pretty good lead over the rest of the field. They look to be on cruise control, trying to work themselves into the show. As once again, here in our C-Main consolation race, only the top four will transfer through. Top four will make it into the show. Everybody else has got to go. As Cody Campbell with a good restart there in the 11 ride, as that sweet victory apparel machine quickly out in front, trying to open up a big lead down the back straightaway. As Brent Carter trying to hang on to second, here comes Mark Chanel's there in position number 3. And then it is a dogfight back here for that fourth and final transfer spot. Contact the 66 right up into the outside fence. He's going to go around. Oh man, lots of contact, lots of beating and banging, and there is the caution flag. It's going to fly once again here. The 66 of Charles Minders trying to find himself a way into that fourth and final transfer spot. See that 37 get a little loose up there on the high side with the 66 washing up. Looks like they're just going to come together here out at corner number 4. That's going to spin the 66 right around. Look at this car almost upside down there. Luckily enough, this car stays on 2 tires, then back onto all 4 there off the front bumper of the 37 machine of Boyle. And unfortunately here, 66 going to go around again right here. You see some contact there between Peacock and the 28 of Eichstedt. Both drivers, though, very minimal damage. As we'll jump on board here with Charles Minders and see what he sees from the cockpit of this 66 ride. Is coming out of corner 4 and then just unfortunately gets hooked right there and up and into the fence, and round he goes, and that's a tough break right there. Quite a bit of damage for that ride, but looks like he's going to keep on rolling out there on the speedway, but now at the rear of the field as we'll get him stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to green flag racing. Charlie Minders, what are you doing? Says Austin. What are you doing? Jim says, great job, announcer. I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate you, Jim, coming in, showing the love here in this one. It's Tony Whipperman. What's good, Whippersnapper? Says, what's going on, my badass Canadian? What's good, Tony? How are you, brother? You know what's going on. Some racing. A little bit of mini stock racing here this evening as Cody Campbell out in front. We'll see another green flag fly here in this C-Main consolation race. Campbell with another great restart. Going to keep these drivers back here at bay as Brent Carter back there in position number 2. Try to track him down, but try to stay right here in a consolation transfer spot on the speedway. Mark Chanel's back there in 3rd, and Brandon Bolin, they're in position number 4. So Bolin in that number 37 ride in that 4th and final transfer spot. He's hoping to see this checkered flag fly as quickly as possible as Will Klein and Anthony Webb trying to hunt him down, trying to knock him out of that 4th and final transfer spot. Look at the big run Anthony gets. He's going to go around. Contact here for the 22 in the caution flag. Will fly here once again in this C-Main consolation race. So the 22, the gold chrome ride, going for a big run here. Looking for a big slide job. Lane sends it in deep in the Fusion setup shop machine. Unfortunately, slides up, and then makes contact here with that 37. A Bolin is Bolin. Going to make contact there with him. Pretty good damage for both drivers, with the 22 going to come down the racetrack and right over the nose of that 5 machine of Will Klein. Will Klein nowhere to go, and around goes that 22, and that'll bring out the caution flag here once again in this C-Main consolation race. So the 22 will go to the rear of the field, and we will get ready to go back to green flag racing here in this one as Bubba Garden. Bubba says, I miss when Pure Mini was in economy class and didn't take 20 grand to build a motor. That's 100% true. I mean, there's definitely a lot of different mini stock classes nowadays, and you know, you just got to find yourself, I don't even know, you know, certain racetracks still have like a stock, you know, motor rules, something like that maybe that you can find. Maybe like an actual entry level, you know, either 4-cylinder or 6-cylinder class that, you know, makes it so that you can't do anything special to those motors, something like that. There's still a few that kick around here and there, but probably a little harder to find. It's out in front, Cody Campbell Another great restart here for the Hendersons. Number 11 ride as Campbell down the back straightaway. Going to take us down into quarter number 3 and nice and easy out of quarter number 4. He's looking to lead another lap here in this C main consolation race as we see that white flag fly. One more time around here for Cody Campbell as Brent Carter. They're in position number 2. Mark Chanel's and Brandon Bolin rounding out our top 4 here on the Speedway. Once again, top 4 will transfer through to our A main feature event as Cody Campbell will be the first driver here in the C main to punch his ticket into the show. As the CWD, the Cody Williams Designs number 11 ride will pick up the C main consolation win as Brett Carter, Mark Chanel's, and that 37 of Bolin will punch their tickets to the A main feature event. Everybody else, unfortunately, will be loading up their rides and joining the fans in the stands here this evening as we'll get ready to rock and roll. Our B main consolation race about to get underway as drivers loading up behind the official I Racing pace truck here. They are getting ready to go to battle here once again this evening. Starting on the pole here in the B main, that is the 725 of Marcus Brown. To his outside in the 661, that is James Frazier. Then we see Eric Eichstead in the 8 ride of Thomas Suttles rounding out our top 4. Stephen Campbell will start back in position number 5 with Douglas Stewart there to his outside. Dustin O'Neill in the 4 ride will start in position number 7 on the Speedway. To his outside in the 88 is the TNT Racing number 88 ride of Cody Ernest. Starting in position number 9, supposed to be the 99 ride of Tim Taylor. Then we'll see Carter Long there in the 29. Wes Winged and Kevin Hazelwood bringing up the rear of the field. And it looks like Tim the Toolman Taylor, unfortunately, not loading into the sim quick enough here for this consolation race. In the 99 ride, we'll have to start from down pit road here in this B main. So it's 11 drivers that are going to see this initial green flag fly here on the Speedway as the lights are off. The official I Racing pace truck, and we're getting ready to go right back to battle. Jim Jensen coming in with the like on the stream. Joshua Peacock coming in with the thumbs up. Tony Whipperman and Colton Kraft all coming in with those reactions as well as our B main consolation race is underway. They're already 3, a little 4 wide action back here behind. Our race leader, a little bit of beating and banging as Dustin O'Neill trying to work himself closer and closer to the front of the pack. Door to door, elbows up racing here on the Speedway and down across the line. It's a drag race, but it looks like Marcus Brown barely going to be able to lead lap number 1 here in this B main as he dukes it out with another 3-number ride here on the Speedway. That 661 ride of James Frazier going to jump up and take this race lead away as we see the caution flag fly. So the caution flag is going to come out here in this one as it looks like Cody Ernest in the 12 of Eric Eichstead. Going to run out of some room here. Eichstead in that black and blue number 12 ride. Ernest here in that gray, purple, and orange car. Looks like the 12 just comes up the racetrack, unfortunately up and over the nose here. See if we can get another angle at this one, maybe another look at it, see really what happens as I think the 12 just gets a big run on the 4 ride, comes up the racetrack, and fortunately Cody Ernest is already there, and they can't go up any higher as they get up into the outside fence. The 0-1 ride going to get a little contact into that as well, but some pretty good damage there for Eichstead and for Cody Ernest there on the Speedway as that will bring out our first caution flag here in this B main. So we will stack them up, rack them up. We'll get ready to try this one all over again here this evening. So our B main already bringing out a yellow flag, already giving us some crazy action here on the evening. And it looks like Marcus Brown will re-inherit this race lead. So the 725 ride, the Logitech machine out there on the Speedway, getting ready for another big restart, is down at a quarter number 4. He'll see that green flag fly once again. He's looking to maybe slide up in front of that 661 machine as James Frazier right there, but oh, our race leader gets up into the fence. Marcus Brown up into the fence there after a little bit of contact, got a nudge, and now we take a look out in front, and it's the 8 ride, the Budweiser machine of Thomas Suttles looking to try to jump up and take this one away from James Frazier. Frazier, though, able to hang on to this top spot as the racing here behind that race leader, man, is not slowing down one little bit. Thomas Suttles trying to hang on to position number 2. Douglas Stewart trying to take it away in that 4 right of Dustin O'Neill right there ready to pounce. Stephen Campbell on the outside of a transfer spot looking in. He knows he needs to get up on top of the wheel, needs to get one of these spots right here in front of him if he wants an opportunity to race here in our A main feature event. The Tommy Gun Custom 01 ride rolling there in that 5th position as Carter Long up 4 spots already here in this consi. Now finds himself here in 6 as Marcus Brown now all the way back there into the 7th position as Cody Ernest, Kevin Hazelwood, Eric Eichstead, Wes Wingend, and Tim Taylor bringing up the rear of the field here in this B main. As out in front, the 661 of James Frazier leads the way here in this one. As Brandon Van Houten says, hey, is this a league race? Sorry, I had something when I first asked. Yes, this is 100% a league race. This is the Bulletproof Mini Stock Association inaugural race here this evening as James Frazier out in front looking to be a part of the first ever inaugural feature event here this evening. He's one of 4 looking to punch their tickets into the A main feature event here from our B main consolation race. And that 4th spot is still up for grabs as the 01. Stephen Campbell trying to jump up here, trying to take it away from Douglas Stewart. Stewart trying to hang on to that 4th position on the speedways. They got Dustin O'Neill right there in front of him. We see that 3 ride all over the back bumper of that 4 machine, trying to get him moving a little quicker down the straightaways as he knows that 01 ride's right there ready to bounce to try to take him out and out of that 4th and final transfer spot on the speedway. As James Frazier, he's loving it here on the racetrack as he's got a pretty sizable lead now between himself and everybody else, but that lead is going to be evaporated as the caution flag is going to come back out here once again. So the caution flag going to come back out here. We will take a look and see what happened as it looks like Marcus Brown and Carter Long possibly coming together here. 725 down low, goes for a big slide job here. Goes up and over the nose of that 29 ride, then comes back down across the nose of that 29 again. Both drivers hard into the inside fence in the 29, unfortunately, and turned around right there as well. Heavy damage for both of these competitors as good hard racing out there on the speedway, unfortunately, sometimes, and good hard racing can go astray in a quick hurry as they 725 tries to go for that slide job. Unfortunately, was not clear of the 29. He's trying to get checked up here, trying to let him go up and around the outside of him here, and as he goes up towards the outside fence, he's trying to correct that car, shoots it right back down the racetrack, unfortunately right back down into Carter Long, and both of these competitors down the speedway hard into the inside fence here. Man, pretty heavy contact there for both competitors, and I do believe that's going to put both of them back behind pit wall. As we got them stacked up, racked up, we get ready to go back to green flag racing here in our B main consolation race as they are 3 almost 4 wide here at the front of the field on the restart. Quickly, Stephen Campbell looking to try to make his way into the show. This is the caution flag that he may have needed to try to work himself into a win here in this B main as he's looking to go 3 wide here out in front, but a great run on the outside as we see that white flag fly. Only one more time around for these drivers to figure it out. You can throw a blanket over our top 6 on the speedway. The 8 right of Thomas Suttles goes down the track into the inside fence as out in front. Oh, contact back there behind him for the 4th spot. James Frazier is going to get the win here in the B main with Stephen Campbell, Douglas Stewart, and Cody Ernest in that 4th and final transfer spot. And you see that little aftermath hit right there as Ernest got into the 4 right of O'Neill coming to that checkered flag here in the B main, made contact to make sure that he was able to steal that top spot away from that number 4 machine on the speedway. It's a little bit of contact, a little bit of controversy there for those heat races. Unfortunately, some drivers probably not going to be very happy with how they ended up there in those consies, especially if they are on the outside of the top 4. Looking in as once again, only the top 4 from those consolation races will go on to our A main feature event as everybody else. You know, the top 4, they're going to the main race. Everyone else there in those car seats joining the fans in the stands here as these drivers going to jump out onto the racetrack for a quick little warm-up session. They're going to get ready to rock and roll. And what we're going to do is we're going to get ready for our we're going to get ready for a little something special here, ladies and gentlemen. So what we're going to do is we are going to spin the wheel here this evening. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here on the racetrack. I guess we could get rid of 1. I don't know if you can really do 1. Can you invert 1 car on the racetrack? Can't really invert 1 ride. So let's get rid of 1 here. So we're going to have 5 numbers here on the board. So 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Whatever the spin wheel lands on, that's the amount of cars that we will invert here this evening. So if it inverts 6, that means the top 6 will be inverted. If it lands on 3, top 3 get inverted. So forth and so forth. So we're going to hit this button. We're going to spin the wheel here. A little bit of Wheel of Fate here on the evening, and it looks like 2. Is it going to stop on 2? Is it going to go to 3? Looks like it goes to 3. So 3 is the winner here of the Spin the Wheel. So that means we will invert the top 3 here this evening. So that's going to be very, very interesting to say the least, to see these drivers duke it out. The top 3 being inverted now on the evening. So that makes it interesting. 1 is just no invert. Well, we did it the other way. Make it a little bit more spicy. We want to at least see a little bit of an invert here this evening as Peacock, that's the number, brother. 3 is the winner. Top 3 invert here this evening. As Tyler Griffin coming in with the like on the stream. How are you, Tyler? Tyler coming in showing the love. Colton Kraft, Tony Whipperman, all coming in showing the love here in this one. As we're going to get a quick break in here, and we're going to get ready to rock and roll for our A main feature event. Our A main going to come right at you here in just a few more moments.
Engines roar, asphalt burning, speed demons, hearts churning, adrenaline rushes, veins fire, peacemaker gaming taking us higher. Racetrack wild, chaos reigns, victory close in driving lanes, handlebars tight, knuckles white, peacemaker leads for the night. Fastest ride, they never miss. Peacemaker pushing through the abyss. Top broadcaster, nothing's fake. Speed kings, no one can overtake. Ooh. Audience roar, screens ignite. Peacemaker stream, pure delight. Commentary sharp like a blade, bringing the thrill never fades. Wind in your face, heart races fast. Electric surge, adrenaline blast. Peacemaker holds the string tight, guiding all through the digital night. Fastest ride, they never miss.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you came here for a show. Well, here you go, as our driver's going to get ready to rumble here this evening. They are going to get into their inverted positions here as the 18 rider, Kyle Surratt, was going to start in that top spot. He will have to slide back now into position number 3. As our A main feature event about to get underway, these drivers getting ready to duke it out here this evening is now starting on the pole. In the number 1 ride, that is Kenneth Vess. To his outside in the 6th ride, that is Jamie Massey. Then we see Kyle Surratt and Cody Myers bringing up row number 2. The 71 of Joseph Pratt there in position number 5 as Zachary Clark there to his outside in position number 6. Kyle Moyer and Curtis Bishop bring up row number 4 as Josh Peacock. And the number 91 of Tyson Panka will round out our top 10 here on the Speedway. Kevin Sandhagen, Tyler Carnegie, Jonathan Cooper, Dale Slides, Josh Ely, Cody Campbell, James Frazier, Brent Carter, Douglas Stewart, Mark Chanels, Stephen Campbell, Cody Ernest, and Brandon Bolin will bring up the rear of the field as we end all the anticipation with our feature presentation as we are quickly green flag racing here from Eldora Speedway with the Bulletproof Mini Stock Association, as KNFS will lead the opening laps here this evening. The one right at the front of the field as the 6 machine of Jamie Massey right there in tow. And here comes the coach. That number 18 right trying to make the inside lane work there for a little bit, then decides to slide up and into position number 3. See Zach Clark working the extreme high side right up against the outside fence, looking for these big runs down the straightaways. But you see that 55, Cody Myers, who's going to slide right up in front of him. They're into position number 4. So Myers hanging on to that 4th spot as Zach Clark and Joseph Pratt battling back there behind him. Then we see Josh Peacock working the extreme inside here in that number 61 right, trying to work himself closer and closer to the front of the field is Curtis Bishop right there, as well as a little bit of contact. Here you go. Things are getting mixed up at the front of the field. Massey gonna work down to the middle line. Here is the one ride working to the outside, and here comes the coach, Kyle Surratt, trying to figure out a way to get around Massey. Massey, though, able to slide back into line here, stays right there in position number 2. You'll have to try to mount another challenge to figure out a way to get around that race leader here this evening. It's KNFS doing a great job showing these drivers how to get it done as we see caution flag number 1 here on the evening. Caution flag number 1 going to fly as it looks like pair of drivers going to run into some issues here. Looks like Cody Campbell in the Sweet Victory Apparel number 11 ride going to run into some issues here. He's got the 18 that Scott Bloomquist inspired right there. Get time together, nowhere to go for the 661 right there, as well as just looks like he's going to send it in there a little bit deep here. 11 ride leading him here, and then this number 18 gets in there a little bit deep, gets into that left rear quarter panel of that 11 machine. Unfortunately, just kind of hooks him, spins him around. As he's going around, he's going to end up making contact with the rear end of that 18 ride. They both shoot down the racetrack and right into the lap of that 661 of James Frazier. Unfortunately, pretty heavy contact for all 3 of those competitors, and all 3 of them are going to get some work done and try to get their cars back out there on the racetrack and rolling here. Once again, a little deeper in the field is James Frazier, Cody Campbell right back there. Here comes Brent Carter back out from pit road here, and unfortunately, our 23rd starter of the evening, Brandon Bolin, who was supposed to start in the 23rd spot, did not start this race and is still down pit road. So a tough break there for that 37 ride. Is out in front. We see the green flag fly here once again. KNFS out in front, gonna slide in front of Massey. Massey gonna cut back down low. He's gonna look for a big run in the slide job here in 3 and 4. Jamie Massey going for the race lead, and he will take it away. As down across the line, the 6th ride of Massey out in front as the one of KNFS looking to try to hunt him back down. As here comes Cody Myers. Myers right there in the E&D Farms HNL number 55 ride. The Papa Mike promotion machines roll in there in the 1st and 2nd spot. Now on the Speedway as KNFS slides back to 3rd. Here comes Kyle Surratt, the Bulletproof Motorsports JP Designs number 18 ride, trying to work himself up and into position number 3, looking to see if he can find a way around that 1 ride of KNFS. And here comes Zach Clark, our top 5 here on the Speedway. As our 2nd caution flag is going to fly, looks like Douglas Stewart in the 3 ride. Plus, we're going to run into some issues here. Maybe a little contact down low. That is the 09 ride of Joshua Ely. Looks like Ely down low. The 3 through the middle gets a little loose. Comes down, makes some contact with that 09. And then, not sure if they make contact again. Oh, 09. Oh, more contact in front of them there, as well as, oh man, a couple big hits right there for Douglas Stewart. I'm not sure who that was. It was outside. It's the 161 ride of, who is in that 161 machine? That's going to bug me because I don't know who is in that 161. Tyler Carnegie in the 161 machine. Carnegie up into the outside fence. He kind of comes off the wall and kind of just hooks that 3 machine. Unfortunately, as they get tied together, you see the 7 of Slides getting in there, getting a piece of that one. We did see You know, that number 661 getting a piece of it again, and more contact down into corner number 3 here as well as slides in. Looked like a couple more drivers. Cody Campbell getting collected in it as well, and pretty big hits right there. A lot of tore up race cars down the back straightaway and into corner number 3 is that contact right there, and slides nowhere to go, gets a piece of it, bounces off the 0-1 right, comes back up the racetrack, and unfortunately nowhere to go for Cody Campbell. The Schaefer's Racing Oil number 7 ride backs it into the outside fence. Pretty good contact there for that 7S machine, as we'll get them stacked up, racked up, ready to go back to Green Flag Racing here in this one as Jamie Massey leads the way here this evening. Brycey Bear, Bryce Dickinson, Brycey Bear coming in, showing the love here in this one with that heart reaction here on the broadcast. Randy Edmonds coming in with that like on the stream. John Boy Stanford coming in with that like on the broadcast as well. Troy Pittman, so Simo Shally coming in as well with the like. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Kyle Todd, Tyler Griffin all coming in, showing the love with the reactions here on the broadcast. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you haven't yet, make sure you hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and subscribe button if you're watching over on YouTube. As out in front, Jamie Massey, a big restart, able to hold off his teammate Cody Myers, as Myers rolling right there in position number 2 on the speedway. Kyle Surratt, the coach, now up into position number 3, and he's looking to hang on to that as Kenneth Fence right there behind him, and here comes that 15 machine. Jonathan Cooper there in position number 5, trying to work himself a little closer and closer to the front of the field as the 91 ride. Dyson Pankow goes for a big run down low, couldn't get anything to bite, no drive off, unfortunately going to slide back a few spots there for that 91, as it's a dogfight a little farther back through the field here as you see Curtis Bishop, Zach Clark, Tyson Pankow, Josh Peacock, and then here comes Kevin Sandhagen, the 11 and Kyle Moyer, the 09 of Joshua Ely, Mark Chanels and Stephen Campbell right here in the mix as well as contact. Around goes the 61 right upside down. The 01 of Stephen Campbell. The THC machine up and over a couple of these drivers as we do see the caution flag fly, looking more like a demolition derby down here in corner number 3 and 4, looking like a demo derby out there on the speedway. As we'll take a look at it, see what happened. Does it look like Kyle Moyer going to run into some issues here? We'll take a look as Moyer and the 2 ride bounce off each other down the back straightaway. It sends Moyer into the corner here a little bit quicker than I think he was anticipating. He's going to get into the back end of the Bulletproof Motorsports JP Designs number 61 of Josh Peacock, and then nowhere to go for Campbell, nowhere to go for that THC machine. Cody Ernest right there in the thick of it as well, and hard up into the outside fence. You see James Frazier getting in there as well in that 661 ride. A couple heavy hits here on the speedway. A lot of tore up race cars right there as drivers just getting in there a little too deep and getting collected in some of that contact down into corner number 3. Let's see if we can jump on board here with this 661 ride, as he's going to come in a little bit later into this fun here as he's trying to work himself back up through the field. He's got slides right in front of him. He goes to the high side, and then all of a sudden it's just a pile up right here in front of him and nowhere for him to go. Heavy damage there for that 661 ride. More contact again as he gets into the THC machine there. And unfortunately, a lot of tore up race cars, and we'll get them ready to rock and roll. We'll get ready to go back to Green Flag Racing. Is stacked up, racked up once again, as Blake Doyle says, I heart Peacemaker Gaming. Blake, we heart you, brother. We heart you going in, showing the love here in this one. Anthony James coming in as well. Stacy Holbrooks coming in as well with the reactions here on the broadcast as we are back to Green Flag Racing. Jamie Massey out in front leads the way as Kyle Surratt trying to jump up into position number 2. But Cody Myers down the back straightaway will hang on to that second spot on the speedway. Now the coach trying to work this inside lane is right there behind him. Things are getting a little bit tight as here comes Kenneth Fence, looking to work himself back up into position number 3. That number 20 ride right there as well. It's actually the 15 ride of Jonathan Cooper right here just outside the top 5 now is the 03 of Curtis Bishop. Going to work himself into that 5th position. Here comes Zach Clark and the rest of the field as a dogfight out there on the speedway, and the laps are getting clicked off in a quick hurry here as 15 laps already into the history books here in our inaugural race with the Bulletproof Mini Stock Association here this evening in their inaugural evening Racing action is out in front. Jamie Massey looking to pick up the win, but right there behind him, his teammate Cody Myers. He's been on a bit of a hot streak here. Has had a very good showing in real life dirt street stock racing over the last week and a bit, and he's been on a he's had a hot shoot the last little while. So Cody Myers may be a driver to look out for late in this race to maybe make a move and maybe try to take this win away from Jamie Massey. Kenneth Fence has shown a lot of speed here all evening long, and then we look at Curtis Bishop, who's been able to pick up 4 spots early in this race and move that 0-3 ride now into that 4th position. Kyle Surratt, the coach, he's one of the one of the guys that's been around for a long time. He's ran a lot of different series. He's been a part of iRacing for a very long time, and he continues to keep on impressing, keep on getting faster and faster. And right now, he's looking to try to figure out these mini stocks and become one of the top cars in the league here to beat on a nightly basis. And so far, he's looked like one of those guys that could potentially pick up a win here this evening. Zach Clark back there in the 6th position with Jonathan Cooper there in that 7th spot. Cooper rolling there in that Blackjack Racing number 15 here on the Speedway. Then we see Josh Ely there in position number 8 as the caution flag will be displayed here once again. So the caution flag going to come back out here in this one, and it looks like the Scott Bloomquist inspired number 18 ride may run into some issues. Stephen Campbell back there behind him, that 661 ride right there as well, and looks like 661 ride of Frazier going to get in there, get a piece of him, and unfortunately spin that 18 ride around here. Let's take another look at it as it just gets in there quite a lot deeper, and unfortunately as he does, he just gets up into that left rear quarter panel of the 18, spins him around. He gets a piece of the 0-1 ride of Stephen Campbell. Campbell right there able to get through it, but unfortunately you see that 161 ride getting quite a bit of contact, and then you see this 61 of Josh Peacock in there as well. Heavy contact into the driver's side door for that 61 machine of Mr. Peacock. Josh Peacock, the man with the plan, the mastermind. He's the guy who helped make sure that this all got underway and got everything started here with the Bulletproof Motorsports Mini Stock Association. And right here, he's going to wrap me in this deep in the field, as that was a heavy hit right there into the driver's side door of that 18 ride. As we will get them ready to rock and roll, we will get them ready to go back. The green flag racing is still out in front, leading the way. It is Jamie Massey. Massey looking for another big restart here out of this 6M machine, looking to try to jump back up to the high side right in front of his teammate there for Cody Myers, as Kenneth Best looking to try to hang on to position number 3, but the 0-3 Curtis Bishop looking to try to take it away from him. Zach Clark and Kyle Surratt bringing up row number 3 here as we go back to green flag racing. Massey, another perfect restart there in that M6 machine. He quickly slides up into that outside groove and right in front of his teammate Cody Myers. Myers there in that 2nd spot trying to hang on to it as Kenneth Best working down to his inside. You do see that 0-3 of Curtis Bishop there trying to work himself now to the outside of the 1 ride of Best for that 3rd spot on the Speedway, but he's all over the 55 ride of Cody Myers there as well. Here comes Zach Clark now inside the top 5 as Kyle Surratt slides back into that 6th position. Now has that 15 of Jonathan Cooper, Josh Ely, and that 3 ride of Douglas Stewart right there behind him. Kevin Sandhagen rounding out our top 10 here on the Speedway as everybody is chasing down Jamie Massey. Massey at the front of the field here, looking to keep it that way, looking to put himself back up into the Eldora Speedway victory lane here this evening. As ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're about to hit halfway in and halfway to go. So what we're going to do is jump into a quick Peacemaker Gaming Crank It Up. So crank up that volume and cheer on your favorite driver as we crank it up here this evening. Cheer them on in the comment section. Let us know who you want to see up here in Victory Lane. look back and take a look at it, as it seemed to be a single car spin down and out of corner number 2. We'll take a look here at the 11 right of Cody Campbell, as Campbell deep in the field here, rolling back about the 15th, 16th position on the racetrack here, and so he's going to cut down the speedway. Looks like the 61 ride of Josh Peacock is there on his back bumper, and unfortunately they just make a little contact, and around goes that sweet Victory Apparel Cody Williams Designs number 11 ride. He's going to go for a loop-de-loop, and Peacock feeling that he got that caution flag underway there, so he is going to throw the yellow flag and make sure that we get stopped and stacked back up and ready to go back to green flag racing here in this one because of the contact there between himself and the 11 machine. So a good classy move there, as we will see the 61 ride. He ends up giving himself an EOL and back to the rear of the field here in that 21st position on the speedway. So a tough break there for the 61 ride, but a good, true, honest one, taking ownership there of something that he was a part of and something that he helped create there for that caution flag. So he will take that EOL with a grain of salt and rejoin the back of the pack, and we'll get ready to go back to green flag racing. We'll get ready to go back to battle here in this one. It's Dustin O'Neill. Dustin coming in, showing the big love, not only hitting that follow button, becoming a brand new member of the Peacemaker family. Dustin, welcome into the Peacemaker fam. Coming in, hitting that follow button, hitting that like and the share button on the broadcast as well. I appreciate that, mister. As we go back to green flag racing, we'll go back to our Peacemaker gaming. Crank it up here this evening. Creating a lot of contact, a lot of carnage down here in corner number 3 on the speedway, and that will put us right back into the caution flag here, as we will take another look at what happened out here on the racetrack to create all of this chaos down the back straightaway and into that third corner. As take a look back here, there was a lot of drivers that unfortunately got tied up here in this one. See Ely in the 0-3 ride already turned around. Let's see if we can jump on board here. The 0-3 machine of Curtis Bishop having a great run up in position number 4 here. Rolling to the outside, that's the 24 ride. Zach Clark in the 0-9 of Josh Ely. Looks like Ely in the 24 make a little bit of contact. Out of corner number 2, it sends the 24 up and just into that left rear quarter panel of that 3 machine of Bishop. Bishop goes around here basically right in front of our field and nowhere to go, as you see Zach Clark ramping up and around him there. The 0-9 gonna go around, as well as the 18 ride of Coach. That is a tough break for him. Kyle Moyer getting into that one. You do see a lot of these other drivers unfortunately pile driving into it, as man, there was a lot of cars. So many cars getting into this. I don't even know who to look at here, as Stephen Campbell, one of those competitors that drove hard into this one here, is launched that 0-1 ride as the contact in front of him. Kyle Surratt, the 15 ride, turned around. You see Joseph Pratt getting tied up in it. Dale Slides caught up in it there. A lot of drivers unfortunately tore up here down the back straightaway, as I would say this is the big one here at Eldora, as we saw about 10-15 cars get some pretty heavy damage here in this mayhem, as we're going to see a lot of drivers unfortunately tore up here down and into corner number 3. Let's see if we can play this back just a little bit and watch some of these cars that initially get into this, as the 0-9 of Josh Ely, one of those competitors. Right there, him and the 24 come together, washes up into the 0-3, spins him around, and then look at everybody else that's going to just slam into this, man. Hard contact with the outside fence, or a bunch of those other drivers that were turned around right there, and that's caused a lot of contact and a lot of carnage out there on the speedway, as stay under the yellow flag here. No green flag as of yet. Actually, we do see the caution flag coming right back out here as we try to go back to green flag racing. Looks like Kyle and Moy are going to run into some more issues here. Cody Campbell as well. So a pair of 11 rides on the Speedway possibly getting collected here as you do see the 11 of Moyer and the 11 there of Cody Campbell coming together. Both drivers stop down the bottom side of the racetrack. That puts us right back under the caution flag. As quick cautions here in this one. Drivers trying to get this one wrapped up in a quick hurry here this evening as we'll get ready to go back to green flag racing here, and we'll get ready to try to go back to battle. Maybe we'll get a good run in here for our Peacemaker Gaming. Crank it up as these drivers out here on the racetrack giving it everything they can, everything they got here in this race. Not backing down, not giving up out there on the Speedway as we'll get ready to go back to green flag racing here in just a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for tuning in. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and subscribe as we go back to green flag racing here in this one. Green flag back out into the air, and we'll jump back into our Peacemaker Gaming. Crank it up. Give it up for all these drivers. A beautiful cranking up session right there as they give us the good look here at the sights and sounds around Eldora Speedway here in these mini stocks out in front of the field. Continuing to lead the way, it is the number 6 ride of Jamie Massey. Massey at the front of the field. Cody Myers right there behind him in position number 2. Kenneth Vess up and into that 3rd spot here after a good battle between himself and Josh Ely out there on the speedway. Ely's going to slide back to 4th here. He may be at risk of sliding back to position number 5 here on the speedway as Ely sliding backwards. Here comes that 18 of Kyle Surratt. Surratt back up inside the top 4. Here's the 18 ride there into the 4th spot, but Ely not done battling. He's going to work back down low to his inside. And then we see that number 661 ride of James Frazier got collected in a few early race incidences, and this car has been able to rebound here and work himself up into the 6th position. Is Zach Clark there in position number 7? Kevin Sandhagen there in 8th. Josh Peacock and Douglas Stewart rounding out our top 10 here on the speedway. Joseph Pratt, Dale Slides, Tyson Pankow door to door here for the 12th position on the speedway. And then you see Stephen Campbell right there in the 14th spot. Kyle Moyer, Jonathan Cooper, Tyler Carnegie back here in the 17th position. He's going to be the first car 1 lap down now as there goes our race leaders, putting him a lap down out there on the speedway. Brett Carter, Curtis Bishop, Mark Chanel's, Cody Campbell, Cody Ernest, and Brandon Bullen bringing up the rear of the field here in this one. As out in front, it's Jamie Massey, who is looking to pick up the checkered flag, is now starting to separate himself a little bit more between himself and that 55 of Cody Myers. Myers in the E&D Farms, Papa Mike Promotions, number 55 ride, rolling here in position number 2 on the speedway. The Peacemaker Gaming number 55 ride there in that 2nd spot is Kenneth Vance back there in position number 3. Kyle Surratt there in 4th is Josh Ely rounding out our top 5 here on the speedway, trying to hold off that number 661 of James Frazier here for that 5th spot on the speedway. But it's all Jamie Massey here at the front of the field as the 6M ride continuing to lead the way. The Papa Mike Promotions and LRH and L number 6 ride will see that white flag fly. So one more time around here for Jamie Massey in our inaugural race with the Bulletproof Mini Stock Association here this evening. Massey down for the final time through quarter number 3. And out of quarter number 4, Jamie Massey will pick up the win here at Eldora Speedway in the Bulletproof Mini Stock Association inaugural event here this evening. Massey will get the win with his teammate Cody Myers right there behind him in the E&D Farms Papa Mike Promotions number 55 ride. Kenneth Vance will round out our top 3 here on the speedways. Kyle Surratt and Josh Ely, our top 5 out there on the racetrack. James Frazier, Zach Clark, Kevin Sandhagen, Josh Peacock, and Douglas Stewart, our top 10 out there on the racetrack. As you do see our top 3 pull up here to the front straight away. Jamie Massey picking up the win, though. Massey out in front will get ready to celebrate here after he picks up another big dub here this evening. We'll get ready to pull Massey up into the broadcast booth for his post-race interviews. We'll get ready to pull our top 3 up into the booth for post-race interviews here this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you guys enjoyed that racing action, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and subscribe button right now if you guys enjoyed that racing action, as we got another race coming up here after this one. Not many stunts. We're going from the dirt track back to the flat top, as we'll be going short track racing with the Slingshot Sim Racing Series at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, about 40 minutes from now. And those drivers will be headed to Bristol Motor Speedway. So if you guys want to see some more crazy, awesome short track racing here this evening, make sure you guys hit that follow button. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Turn those bell notifications on. That way you never miss it when we go live here on Peacemaker Gaming. As we'll get ready to pull our race winner up into the broadcast booth. Jamie Massey waiting patiently here. We'll get him up into the booth right now. Hey, Jamie, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. You get a copy?
I got you, brother.
Jamie, man, a good win and a good run here once again for that sixth ride. I haven't done too many of these mini stock races, especially since the first day that we started, where you went, 3 for 3 in these mini stocks, putting a whooping on everybody that joined those open lobbies. Here you are, putting your talents back to work here for the inaugural race of the Bulletproof Mini Stock Association here this evening at Eldora Speedway. You're able to battle hard here early on with Kenneth Fesson, Kyle Surratt, and Cody Myers right there behind you throughout this race, and you two work yourselves up and around these other drivers, get yourself at the front of the field, and from that point on, you guys just hit these restarts perfectly, keep all these drivers back there at bay, and you pull yourself back up here into the victory lane here at Eldora Speedway. Man, take us back through this one and what's going through your mind knowing that you were able to pick up the first win here on the season.
Man, I knew if we could get the lead early, and if Cody could get the second, we could kind of dictate the restarts, and I could get to the top when I wanted to. I wouldn't have to go in the slider game, so I kind of had to play how I ran my lines to get where Cody could get into second place. And once he got into second, man, it was our race to lose at that point. We kind of just worked together on the restarts, and I told him, I said, if you close enough at the end, throw a bomb. And luckily he got in the wall there a little bit, and I started running a slider line and in both corners, and was able to pull away a little. It's just so hard here, man. I think clean air is good if you're out front, but you can't get too much of a lead. There was a lot of times I was trying to drag the brake, so I didn't put a gap between me and Cody, so he didn't get slid. It's just the draft is a big thing at the big tracks in these cars, and I've enjoyed them, man. They're a lot of fun.
Absolutely. They definitely looked like a lot of fun out there on the speedway. It looked like everyone out there was having a good time, whether or not it was in our consolation races, our heat races, or here in this A-main feature event. Man, there was action all around the racetrack, a lot of elbows up, back and forth battling, and a little bit of door slamming, a little bit of contact out there on the racetrack, but for the most part, man, it seemed like there was nothing but smiles on the speedway here with all these competitors. And you guys duked it out for solid 50-lap feature event here this evening from Eldora, and as the dust settles, you're the car that stands out in front here, picking up the checkered flag and pulling yourself up into victory lane, man. How does it feel to know that, right out of the get-go, you cement yourself as that car to beat here, on a weekly basis, knowing that, we still got 9 more races here in the season before our championship race, but knowing that you're able to get this first one kind of out of the way, maybe trying to open up the floodgates and build that momentum up here to have a good run here throughout the season and trying to drive home for that championship.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like coming into this thing, I race these things on a weekly basis, and these guys, I've got a target on my back. You know what I mean? Like, I've been pretty good in the street stocks over the years, and we know coming in here that I ought to be pretty good in the mini stocks, and I've got to keep that, man. I've got to keep that mentality going into every week, knowing that I'm supposed to win. I just got to do my job, and there's some talented guys that are in this league, and when I loaded in, dude, I was like, oh my god, this is like freaking gobbler server. And I mean, it was stacked, and Kyle out qualified me there, and me and Kyle's been doing this sim stuff for over 7 years, man, and I've learned a lot from them guys and the bulletproof guys over there. You know, we've always been real competitive, and it's always been one hell of a race, and I enjoy racing with them, and they're just going to push me to be better in these cars, and the ultimate goal is to be a better stern wheel holder at the end of the day. And me and Hackney last night, we worked on a setup to run the top. We knew that this track was going to go to the top, and we worked on some spring stuff on the right front. Hackney's actually down here for the week. He's at my house, so we just been pilling around with some setup stuff. It was pretty cool to have him not in the chat with me, but actually at the house, and could tell what I was doing wrong and watching me lap for lap and coaching me on through.
Absolutely. It's always that extra little bit of help that can definitely help your program out, and having Keith Hackney right there with you, not just in Discord and trying to see what you're doing out there on the racetrack, watching videos or anything else, but being there with you in the cockpit virtually, being able to walk you through some of that stuff, give you some of those pointers and everything else, man. Definitely worked here tonight in this one, and now hopefully we get to see Hackney, going back home throughout this week, and hopefully we'll see him back in action here with us next Wednesday.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be stormed in, man. I don't know. I think his plans was to go home like Friday, but it ain't looking good. So I think he'll be here the weekend. Maybe it'll quit raining. We can go some real life racing. But I want to thank everybody over at H&L. Like I said, we started this little team back up uh, to run the mini stocks and the street stock deal, and we're still in cahoots with NLR with the big car stuff. So I just want to thank all them guys, man. That we put in a lot of work. Had a 1-2 finish there with setup that I built. So I mean, I couldn't be happier, man. And we'll carry this momentum and go on over into next week. But I want to thank Steve's Head Share Racing Engines for my real life car, Get Some Murray Motorsports, and just Tunnel Vision. JP Designs did the wrap on this thing. She was looking good. And catch y'all in the next one, brother. Thank you, man.
Absolutely, Jamie. Congrats on the win. Congrats on the great race. And we look forward to seeing you back out here for race number 2 in the season. And hopefully we'll see you right back up here in the broadcast booth.
Thank you, brother.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our race winner, Jamie Massey, as Massey picks up the win and pulls that 6M ride up and into victory lane here this evening. Jonathan Cooper says, congrats, Jamie. I was trying to get up there, just got caught up in some wrecks. Yeah, unfortunately there we saw quite a few drivers run into a few wrecks out there on the speedway, but for the most part, it seemed like everyone was having a great amount of fun, man. A lot of blasts out there, a lot of good, door-to-door action out there on the speedway, and hopefully everyone will see right back in here for the next race next Wednesday, and right in for the action here once again. Maybe even more drivers joining in on the fun would always be a good thing to see. As Michael Murdoch coming in, showing the love with the heart reaction. Eric Gann coming in with the like on the stream as well. Julia Ross coming in with that like on the stream, and Michael Bowers, coming in, hitting that follow button, becoming a brand new follower here on Peacemaker Gaming. Michael, welcome to the Peacemaker family. Welcome to the Peacemaker crew coming in, smashing that follow button. As we talk to our race winner already, Jimmy Massey, let's pull in our second place finisher, Cody Myers. Myers coming home here in position number 2. Let's get him up here into the broadcast booth. Hey, Cody, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker broadcasting booth. You get a copy?
What's up, Aaron?
Not much, brother, man. A good run, a good race. It didn't take you guys long to find your way to the front of the field as you rolled right there behind Jamie Massey, able to get right up to that second spot on the speedway. I thought for certain maybe late in this race, if you were within striking distance, you'd take some of that momentum you've built up over the last week or so in real life racing and convert over here to the simulator and see if you can, maybe knock that 6th ride off the top spot here. I know you guys are teammates, but I know when it comes down to the end of things that I'm sure you would have loved to have it the opposite way around here for the 1-2 finish.
Oh yeah, man. Let's say I was a little nervous coming in today just because, Master said earlier, man, there were so many great racers in this league tonight. Like you said, it looked like a gobbler race. It was just unbelievable. And there was 10 to 15 drivers that could win this race tonight. It was like I haven't been on a race much this past week and beyond to help the team out, like setups and shit, and just dealing with the real race car, trying to get ready to go again this weekend and race again. So I mean, to come out and qualify 4th, and start on the pole and do my thing in the heat race, and was able to start 4th and behind my teammate Massey. We already had an idea, like if you get out front, we'll get give us a good countdown, just so we can ride, and we was able to get out 1-2 and just ride, and just couldn't get the dub. I mean, it was just too fast for me.
Absolutely. You're hanging, though, right there on his back bumper. In those closing laps, he was able to just open up that little bit of an advantage over you where he couldn't really throw it in there or trying to go door-to-door with him. Even though you guys had a huge lead in between yourselves and Kenneth Fence in that 3rd spot, you guys were able to kind of run away with this one and put on a good show nonetheless here this evening. A lot of great, perfect restarts there, as he said, giving each other the countdowns, making sure you guys time things correctly, where you guys can get lined back up 1 and 2 up there on the high side, not have anyone really throw those big slide jumps or break you guys up and split you guys up out there on the racetrack. And you guys were able to run it picture perfect here this evening, and you gotta feel good, coming into this race and starting it off with a solid 2nd place front, and as you said, with so many talented drivers stuck back there behind you guys.
Oh yeah, no doubt. We knew once we got 1-2 I was coaching him more than anything. Like he would run a weird line. Like, you can't do that. I'm getting too big of a run on you. We just need to ride 1 and 2. I'm good where I'm at. And if I can race you at the end, I'll race you. If not, I'll protect you so we can go 1-2. It's just And like I said, the draft was so terrible. We can get about a 0.2, but then I was like, hey, Massive, we got a 0.5, and then went up more and more. Then we had a 1 second lead on them, and then getting them closing laps about the last 15. I kind of start watching my mirror, and like, I don't know why, but I guess I was getting antsy. I wanted to start trying to, well, it comes down to it. I need to figure out how I can get around Massey, and he started running this slider line, and then I'd go in there and kill the wall, and he could just edge away from me just a little bit. And it was just like, well, I'm running for second for sure now, and then I die by him at the end of the race. But like I said, it's if I'm gonna lose, I'd rather lose to my teammate Massey because everything he does for us, you know. So, but I mean, coming out running second the first week out, man, it feels like a win for me for sure.
Absolutely, brother. And after that great run, after that great race, Cody, who would you like to thank for such a great performance out there on the Speedway?
Like I said, I got to thank my boys over at H&L, you know, coming up back over here with Massey, doing this mini stock and street stock stuff, you know, he's been good to me. And, you know, like you said, I loaded in, I haven't been on. He's like, I said, man, you said it going to work for me. He said, just run the damn thing. And man, they said it was on kill tonight. So I can't thank my boy enough. Poppin' White Promotions, Ed Farms. I got to thank my boy, Bryce Dickinson for this sweet ride. You know, he did a good rap for me. And, anybody's looking for raps, get with him. And I got to thank you for broadcasting. Like I said, we also got to thank Josh Peacock for, you know, putting this shit together. And I mean, honestly, man, it's probably one of the most fun races I've been in. You know, really wasn't no bullshit, no cussing, nobody getting mad, a little beating, banging. But I mean, like I said, got to thank them boys over there at Bulletproof Motorsports too.
Absolutely, man. Josh and all the guys over there at Bulletproof Motorsports coming together, putting on this great series, and so far, off to a hot start, and I feel like it's only going to get bigger and better in the weeks to come. And Cody, hopefully more and more trips for you up here into the broadcast booth, as it's always good to talk to you up here after one of these races, knowing that you see such a great race and have a great run out there, and hopefully we'll see more and more, a little bit of momentum being built here for you and your teammate Jamie Massey, and hopefully we'll see you right back up here next Wednesday, brother. Congrats on the second place run, and can't wait to see you back out there in action.
Thank you, Aaron. Have a good night.
Absolutely, you as well. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our second place finisher, Cody Myers. Myers coming home there in position number 2. A great run and a great drive there for the 55 ride. As my boy D-Rock, Derek, Mr. Moore coming in, showing the love with the like on the stream. How are you, Derek? Mr. Moore coming in, showing the big love with that thumbs up here on the broadcast. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you haven't yet, make sure you do exactly what Derek Moore just did. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and subscribe button, as we're going to get ready to pull in our third place finisher, Kenneth Vest. Vest coming home here in position number 3. A great run and a great drive for the one machine, as we'll pull him up into the broadcast booth. Hey Kenneth, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker broadcasting booth. Did you get a copy?
Yes.
Kenneth, man, a very solid run, a great performance here for you this evening, as you're able to pull that one ride up onto the podium here after a hard-fought battle out there on the Speedway for 50 laps, and you're able to kind of, settle yourself in a little later in this race after battling hard there with Josh Ely into that third spot here on the Speedway, man. Take us back through it and how much fun you had out there on the Speedway.
It was good. We missed qualifying a little bit, which put us behind in heat, but luckily it paid off. One heat race, and also the invert paid off for us. It was good at the beginning, and I think we started falling off just a little bit. The car started getting tight and wanting to push, but we managed to hold on to third, and hopefully we can work on it and get a little bit better.
Absolutely, brother. That's all you can ever ask for. And to be able to come out of this race, even as you said, the car falling off a little bit, to still be able to hang on to a third-place run here with so many talented drivers out there in this feature event, it's got to feel pretty dang good knowing that you can start the season off with a very solid points night and still have a very solid third-place finish here under your belt.
It does. It's a team effort. I like to thank everybody with Creel Motorsports. I mean, there's countless hours of testing. Barrett, Curtis Bishop, Casey Brunson, everybody over there for testing and making the best what we can out of setups.
Absolutely, brother. Well, it pays off here this evening as you pull that one right up into position number 3. Kenneth, is there anyone else you'd like to thank here for such a great run and strong performance here on the evening?
Creel Motorsports for all the setup help. Logan Romney at Rated R Industries for the wrap. And just everybody that helps out when I need something. And also congrats to Jamie and Cody on their first and second place. Good running with them.
Absolutely, brother. Some good racing, some good fun out there on the Speedway, and we look forward to seeing you back out here weekly here for the next 9 weeks as you continue to battle for the championship and getting off to a good start here tonight with that third-place run. Kenneth, congratulations on that third-place finish, and hopefully we'll see you right back up here in the broadcast booth next week, maybe a couple spots better and up in victory lane yourself.
Hopefully so. It'd be nice.
Absolutely. Enjoy the rest of your evening, brother, and congrats on the great run.
Thank you.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our third place finisher, Kenneth Vess, as Kenneth comes home there in position number 3. A great run and a solid performance there. And all of these drivers in a great solid third place run for Kenneth Vess, a solid second place run for Cody Myers, and a big win again for Jamie Massey here in these mini stocks as he will pull himself into the Eldora Speedway victory lane here in our inaugural Bulletproof Mini Stock Association race here this evening. Unfortunately, though, that is going to do it for us in this one, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I can't thank you guys enough for tuning in. Everyone coming in with the likes, the comments, the shares, any of the new followers, any of the new subscribers. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Unfortunately, that will do it for us here in this one as we got to get ready for another race. So make sure you have those bell notifications turned on. Make sure you hit that follow button. That way you never miss it when we go live here on Peacemaker Gaming, as we're going to be live here again in about 20 minutes from now with our second race of the evening, as the Slingshot Sim Racing Series is about to head to the very beautiful, the last great Coliseum, Bristol Motor Speedway, here for a big night of racing action in our first elimination race of their series. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be intense to watch, and can't wait to see you guys out there on the Speedway. But thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out for now, baby. Peace out for now, ladies and gentlemen.
Engines roar, asphalt burning, speed demons, hearts churning, adrenaline rushes, veins fire, Peacemaker gaming taking us higher, racetrack wild, chaos reigns, victory close in driving lanes, handlebars tight, knuckles white, Peacemaker leads through the night. Fastest right, they never miss. Peacemaker pushing through the abyss. Top broadcaster, nothing's fake. Speed kings, no one can overtake. Ooh. Audience roar, screens ignite. Peacemaker stream, pure delight. Commentary sharp like a blade, bringing the thrill never fades. Wind in your face, heart races fast. Electric surge, adrenaline blast. Peacemaker holds the stream tight, guiding all through the digital night. Fastest right, they never miss. Peacemaker pushing through the abyss. Top broadcaster, nothing's fake. Speed kings, no one can overtake. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.